when I joined Nintendo Age in 2007, the homebrew scene, there wasn't a whole lot going on. At that point, there was nothing released in a widespread manner. Like people made a couple early like reproductions, and there was a guy Chris Covell who did a scorched earth type game, and he put some information on his website about how to like make them yourself, like make your own cartridge. So all that stuff was way beyond me, so I didn't really pay attention to it. But starting in like 2008, some stuff in the community started happening. Brian from Retro USB started doing some tutorials on how to program for the system, and Al Bailey was releasing Sudoku, which was the first homebrew on the NES that was available to buy, from a website in whatever quantity you want. And there were just some games that just started slowly trickling out, not a whole lot. Chunk Out, I think, and Sudoku were the first two. Right around that time when Brian started putting out his tutorials on how to program, I had just moved to Texas. I had lost my job. The recession had just hit in the States, so no one was hiring. I was applying for jobs everywhere and just getting really depressed. So I found these tutorials, started reading over them, just kind of got hooked because it was a challenge. It was something for me to focus my brain on. So I just stuck with that, asked Brian ridiculous questions because I had zero programming experience at that time. So I'm sure I must have been super annoying, but he's the most patient person in the world. He answered every question I had, even if I didn't know how to word it. And just over time, I slowly learned the ropes. And eventually, with Brian's help and James Todd's help, who programmed Chunk Out 2, the three of us sort of put out Frogger together, the first game that I published under my name. But I'll be honest, I'm sure I might have programmed half of it, but without their help, it would have not have gotten done. And just over time, I kept at it, learning new tricks here and new skills there, and I haven't stopped.
Okay, so I got another question for you. Had you heard of Solar Wars?
That's the game I was trying to think of. When I said the Scorched Earth type game, it was Solar Wars.
Okay.
That was the game that he put on his website and put instructions on how to build your own cartridge.
So as far as I know, from my understanding, Solar Wars was the first NES homebrew to be released on a physical cartridge, anyways. And then that game was actually put later onto Garage Cart, and Garage Cart is recognized by many as the first officially released homebrew because the cartridges are numbered.
Yeah, so I don't know that Solar Wars can be considered released because he only put instructions on how to make your own. He never built them and sold them. And Garage Cart was sold in a very finite quantity. I don't remember the number, like 33 or something, like a low number. So homebrews had come out, but they were not widely released. You couldn't go to a website and purchase it through a marketplace, that type of thing.
Okay. I do know someone, and you know him too, OSG. He has a copy of a limited run of Solar Wars, which he's told me was purchased probably 2005-ish. I don't know if those dates are right, but it does precede the Garage Cart, and just not
Right.
many people knew about it because this was before Nintendo Age.
Oh yeah, Nintendo
And
didn't come out till '06, I think, '07.
I don't know what sites he was on. I know he was doing his own site and stuff too at the same
Yeah,
time. Um, but yeah,
that's cool. I didn't know about that. I'd love to talk to him about that. That's freaking awesome.